Before I get into this video and what this video is, I just very quickly want to say that I will not be making a video discussing finding Sam. I know there'll be a lot of people who are probably looking for me to discuss it or are wondering if I'm going to do it, because obviously I did the big massive viral, say viral, it wasn't that massive, but you know, it got way more views than anything else I ever do. I did the thread reading the book and like doing excerpts and stuff, and I know there'll be people who are like, oh, you're going to talk about it, and the answer is just no. Like, the book doesn't need any more attention. I know I'm giving it now, but like, I'd rather just say I'm not doing that so people don't ask me. I think it's had enough attention. We got it pulled. The book will not be published. If they do try and publish it in future, then, you know, I will get on that and talk about it, but for now it's done, it's dusted, we don't need to deal with it. If you're curious, I will link my thread of me reading this book down below. You'll get the gist of why we don't like it, and obviously if you are, I mean, if anybody, but specifically if you're autistic or neurodiverse, go into it with caution, because it's a very, very ableist book, and the contents I found difficult to read, and anyone who knows me knows that I am not sensitive. Like, I've got dark humor, like I don't care, and reading that I was like, no. So do go to the thread with caution if you choose to, and just fucking hire autistic sensitivity readers if you're fucking neurotypical. Don't care if you're an autism mom, don't care if you fucking spoke to Autism Speaks. We're over it. I'm not dealing with it, which that was solidified. I was still debating whether or not to discuss it, and then Sia's fucking movie trailer came out and I'm like, nah, I'm so done with the neurotypicals this week. So done. And quite frankly, I don't have the time, which leads us into this video vlog situation. I always feel weird starting out vlogs standing because it feels like a normal video, and it's not. I'm fed up of all my vlogs being me lying in bed. Literally, I've scrapped so many vlogs this month because it's just me being in bed like, oh, I've done nothing, and I'm like... So I finally have a TBR for a reading vlog, so we're gonna do this. So there are 6 weeks left of this year. I don't know what that was, it wasn't 6, but 6 weeks left of the year, which is both amazing because I'm so over 2020 and fucking terrifying because I am 20 books behind my Goodreads reading goal, and the math that my phone gave me has told me I have to read 5.33333 books every week for the next 6 weeks to hit my goal. Not impossible, but I haven't really been reading the last few months, not as much as normal, but I'm very competitive. I have never failed my Goodreads reading challenge, and I have never reduced the number. I might have reduced it like the first year I did it because I started like halfway through and I'd like barely been reading literally since I was a child, so I didn't know my reading. So I'm like, we need to do this. We need to do this. 5-6 books a week, not impossible. Especially if I pick up shorter books like graphic novels, poetry, or these are all novels in verse, but still poetry. Short story, well, it's short stories, it's anthology, you know what I mean. Novellas, little tiny things. I think some of these might actually be poetry, so same idea. And then Obsidio. Because basically the entire Lumine Files is the only book series written like that. I don't include Night Film because the font in that is tiny and the majority of it is just written like a book, unlike these. And I'd also just really like to finish a fucking series for once in my life. So there we go. And yes, you've seen that right. This book cost me £1 because the entire back cover is destroyed, basically. The problem is, those books that I just showed you are literally all of the graphic novel, poetry, short books that I own and haven't read. And I am poor. I've set up a business in the process of working out t-shirts. Pray that this washes well because otherwise I don't know what to do. I don't have money to just buy more books, which I've never really had money to just buy more books, and I still did it. And I didn't think to myself, buy short books so you can panic read at the end of the year. So I will leave my Amazon wishlist down below if anybody wants to help out. I know we don't want to support Jeff Bezos, but it is the quickest and cheapest, and also doesn't mean I have to give you my address, which I don't really care giving my address to people, but it's just easier. So if you want to add to my TBR that is fucking never ending, it's honestly ridiculous, just on you go. I love how like last year people started sharing wish lists. I would be like, oh, you don't have to buy me anything, but like people are sharing, and I'm just like, bitches, I want books. Give me them. I mean, I'm not saying give me them, like I'm not gonna force you to buy me a book, like you don't have to, but it'd be great. It'd be nice to, you know, have some short books and hit my goodreads goal. Do some unboxings. Anyway, side note, I always feel like people think I'm like so serious and I'm like literally joking, but not joking. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, send me shit, but like don't, but like you totally can. Anyway, I miss vlogging, so I want to try and get back into reading vlogs. And I thought, what better way to hold myself accountable for getting these books read and for vlogging, because I've said I'm going to vlog. I'm going to try and vlog the 6 weeks, like not one big 6-week vlog, but like weekly. So yikes, we'll see if that happens. I don't know how it's going to like hold me accountable to vlog, because like I might not, but I'm hoping that I will make myself vlog because it will make myself hold myself accountable for reading, if that makes sense. Doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, so aside from like these graphic novels and things, I did pull out other books on my shelves that were kind of calling to me. I do have some shorter books, and I also have a lot of middle grade, but I'm not gonna like show you all of them because I might change my mind. Like I might really just dive into reading again and be able to read normal length books willy-nilly, like we'll see. I don't want to focus too much on short books or quick reads, because if I'm not in the mood for it, just because it's short, I'm not going to read it. So like, I've definitely been kind of really trying to like get vibes from my books and be like, are you a good book? Do I want to read you? Because if it's a big book but I want to read it, then I'll read it. Do you know what I mean? The plan this week, I have a selection of 5 physical books for this week that I'm going to talk about, and then I don't know what's going to happen. So for this week, I have already started Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by David Levithan and Rachel Cohn. I'm about 50-60 pages in. I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm only reading it because Nick Jonas produced the TV show and the Jonas Brothers make an appearance like on episode 8, so I want to watch it. But this is just fun, and this was written I think 2012. In 2014, when this kind of book was still sort of what was coming out, I was really into contemporary, and this was the sort of contemporary that I was reading. And I think it's because like while it's romance, it's also more fun, and it's not just like about these teenagers falling in love. Like I don't even know, I just found it fun. I'm enjoying it, so I'm hoping I will get through this. Dare I say try and read it tomorrow, because that's never gonna happen, is it? I've already started this, so I need to finish it. So that is number 1, highest priority on the list. Maybe it shouldn't be, because then I'll want to watch a TV show and won't read, but whatever. Then I have The Adventurers and the Cursed Castle by Gemma Hatt. This is a middle grade gifted to me by Zoe from Zoe's All Booked for my birthday. It's a middle grade, it's short, that's why I picked it up. I also just was in the mood for it. I'm currently, annoyingly, I'm reading someone's manuscript about an autistic girl who is like dealing with mysteries, but it's on my phone and obviously it's a manuscript, so it's not on Goodreads, so I can't count it, but I'm just loving that and I'm in the mood for that kind of thing, so I figured this would do good. Then I have Queens of Geek by Jen Wilde, autism rep, and I just think it'll be fun. It just feels like the kind of thing I'm in the mood for, so we got that. Then we have The Vanishing Stair. Clearly there's a theme of mystery at the minute. I'm just really vibing with my mysteries again, and I love Truly Devious, and I definitely flew through that one, so hopefully I'll fly through that, and I can shove, well I know the hand, the third one, whatever it's called, something about the hand, that one is on my Amazon wishlist, so I will just be like, Mother, Christmas. She said she wasn't going to get me any books, but I have a feeling I'm going to be like, no, I need books and I need them early because I need to read. So hopefully if I fly through this one, then I know that I'll do the same for the, what is it called? The hand on the wall, the hand on the clock, something like that? I don't know. But I'm very excited to read this. And the final one that I have picked out for this week is Gloomtown by Ronald L. Smith. This is another middle grade, kind of mysterious, something about a creepy, spooky hotel. I'm not really sure, but it just sounded really fun, and I'm just so in the mood for like middle grade mystery type things, which I do have a lot of, so like I am golden there. If that becomes like my vibe, like if it becomes like my hyper focus for like the next couple weeks, then we're golden. We've got this in the bag. Those are the 5 physical books that I plan to read this week. I also am currently listening to Girl Made of Air on audio, which I started, didn't really get into because like I was confused, so I restarted it. And I'm still kind of confused. Like it's one of those I'm just not taking in, but I'm determined to finish it now but the problem is because I'm not like into it, I'm not choosing to listen to it, so it's meaning that I'm not getting as much audio reading done, so I really need to just sit down and listen. I should really sit down and listen and do work, because I've been slacking on that as well, which is not good. So that is the plan, is to get through that, and I have a couple other NetGalley audiobooks, so I'll pick one of those. I didn't bother like looking through for audio or Kindle books just because I have too many. But speaking of Kindle, I will be starting Actor Age Eve Brown, because I have an arc from the publisher, because Autism Rec. Are you sensing a theme? I'm going to warn you now, 2021 Emma Novella is going to be all about the autism. Like, you're going to have all the autism recs here and all the autism avoids. But anyway, so I need to start that. I had been reading Chloe Brown, the first in like the companion trilogy. No one told me it was smut, and I was not prepared. On Goodreads, I decided to put Chloe Brown aside and just read Eve Brown, because that's what I need to read. And so I was like, oh, it's not smut. And I'm like, he has a fucking wet dream about this girl, talking about coming on her tits. If that's not smut, I don't want to know what smut is, quite frankly. As an asexual person, I don't want to know. So I don't think, I just don't think I could handle two. Actually no, if I read Chloe Brown I'd then have to read Danny Brown before I read Eve Brown. I just cannot do 3 smut in a row, can barely manage 1, so we need to do Eve Brown. If I can finish the 2 ebooks, the audiobook, and then 2 physical books, I'll be happy. Like, as long as I get 5, if I get 5 books this week, I will be very happy, because that's definitely well above my current average. And then hopefully I can build up, so maybe not next week but the next again I can maybe read like 10 books, because obviously if I read more then I don't have to read as many as the weeks go on. So I would rather read a lot at the start, so then like the week before, like the week between Christmas and New Year, I can like maybe only have to read 3 books, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be really blasé and only read a couple books this week and be like, oh, it's fine, I've still got 5 weeks, and then be panicking. So that's the plan. If I can throw in one of these little classics, then I will. Pray for me. Send the vibes, because I need them to get me through. Oh, that's another thing that I might read. I like how I wasn't going to show you like all my options and just go weekly, because this is the thing, I've shown you 5 physical options, but it might switch or I might read more, but I don't want to overwhelm myself. But I do have these 5 books by emmanovellax, who I just read his latest book, the Casey Warlock Weekly, and loved it. He's autistic, and the main character in that book is also autistic, so like we love that rep. And because he loved my review and all that stuff, he's literally sent me every other book that he's written, so if they're as fun as the other books then it'll be great. So I was rudely cut off on that last clip, but it doesn't really matter. And now we're a standard Emmanovella in bed vlog clip. I'm actually in bed for a reason. I'm not sick, but I am going to the hospital later because oh, I wish I could just insert footage. I wish this had been filmed, because it would have been so fucking funny, but I just have to tell you guys instead. Long story short, my gran has a new mobility scooter. She got a new ramp to get it up into the house. I was on the mobility scooter going up said ramp. You're not supposed to be on the scooter when you go up the ramp. Do you know why? Because gravity. I am heavy. I tip the whole thing backwards. I land smack on my back. I boot my elbow off the ground. I skinned it. And now you can't see anything really, but like here is sore, up back here is sore. It's kind of like sticking out like here. So that's fun. Anyway, I need to go and pick some stuff up from my cousin in about an hour, so I'm gonna read some of Dash and Lily, and this week will not be a bust. I will read all my books, because that's the point of this vlog, not hospital appointments. So, I think my last update was the fact that I had an appointment. Arm is still loose. They didn't x-ray it because they're trying to limit the amount of radiation exposure they give to people, and because it wasn't like obviously a break, she basically said hairline fracture, ligament and soft tissue damage, which the treatment is basically what they would do for a broken elbow anyway, because apparently they don't cast them, or like, I don't know, I don't really know, I wasn't really paying attention. So the gist of it is I've fucked my elbow, I need to rest it and ice it. Love that for me. At least it's my left arm, because, you know, artist, need my dominant hand to draw. So that's fine. I also got a bunch of stuff today for hampers for my pet portraits. So like for Christmas I can do a pet portrait and offer like doggy treats and stuff as well. I'm saying dogs, I do all sorts of pets. It's now 12:30 in the morning on, well, I guess it's Saturday morning, Friday night. I've just finished listening to Girl Made of Air. I gave it like 3.5 stars. I wasn't really paying attention to it, so like I can't really judge it. I wasn't like, I enjoyed it, but like I don't really know what happened. I think it's sort of book I really should have devoured physically, but hey ho. So now I'm not going to bed because I'm about to film a video with Hannah and some other booktubers. We're doing like an Among Us thing. So the one day I'm tired, the one day I actually need to stay up late. Like usually I go to bed like 1, 2 in the morning. The one day my brain's like, no, I actually have commitments. But it's Among Us, so it's fine. So I'm just watching some Plush Time Wins because I'm too tired to read. I might pick out my next audiobook, that would maybe be a good idea. I have a few options on my NetGalley app. Oh, I hate the way that it doesn't, like, you can't remove things. So if you've recently read, oh wait, maybe shut up. Hold on, right, your NetGalley shelf, audiobooks. I've listened to that, I've listened to that. I tried to listen to that and couldn't get into it. I'm not so sure about that. I thought, that's not even showing up on my NetGalley. I've read that physically. Okay, I think I'm going to listen to the June Boys next. Or Sasha Masha. What's Sasha Masha? Transgender author Agnes Brinsky deftly explores gender identity and queer romance. The June Boys though is standalone YA suspense. Now I know Kayla from Books and Lala was a bit disappointed in the June Boys, but I feel like that's the vibe that I'm in the mood for, so we're going to download that. The NetGalley shelf app, the downloads take forever. So that might be good to go tomorrow at this rate. Well, today, once I wake up, once I went to bed. I also need to shave the back of my head again because I don't even know what you can see, but this is a situation. So I was up until like 3 AM playing Among Us with Hannah and 8, I had to do math there, 8 other booktubers. It was great. I'm exhausted. It's just about 1 o'clock. I've been up for a little while and I'm working and I'm very confused. I'm just at that point where I've got so many different things to do. Like when I started doing this, it was pretty much just drawing a dog, making a print, making stickers. It was like the same thing, like every order was basically the exact same. Whereas obviously now I do business stickers. I've also got like pet portraits to do, and then I've got like Christmas hampers, and then like right now I've done someone's business stickers, but they also wanted like stickers to put on parcels, and I'm like, I'm losing the will to live. I'm like, who have I done? Who have I forgot? Like, what do I need to do? And I'm just like trying to get my head around where I am, what I'm doing, what needs done and when, like. And then my elbow's sore, but it's fine, it's fine. Was that the door? So anyway, I've been working, I'm listening to the June Boys. I'm like 20% through it, so the problem is once I get onto the actual sticker making, my printer and my cutting machine are quite loud, so I probably won't be able to listen. So love that for me. I'm also waiting on someone picking up some stickers. I'm waiting on someone delivering something to me, and I just want a nap. Look at me, I'm so like, I look like I've been crying, but I'm not. I'm quite content. So that is the current plan. Also read Dash and Lily. I do have a book coming today that's another novel in verse. I totally forgot I ordered it when I started filming. Maybe I ordered it after I filmed the first clip for this. I don't know, but I might read it ASAP. I know I was gonna like save those quicker reads for the end of the year, but like I want a good boost this week. Like if I can hit, like I know I know like the last clip I was like, oh, as long as I get like my 5 books I'll be happy, and now I'm like, no, I want to get 10 books this week. 10. Technically I should do like Friday to Thursday, so like I'm only on day 2 and I've finished an audiobook, so. But anyway, I'm far too busy to be filming these vlog clips right now, so I need to do work, read, nothing else. Literally the second I said I'm waiting on a book coming, it came. So I have What Goes Up by Christine Hepperman. I've literally only, this has been on my radar because the illustrator of the cover is who did the cover for Harley in the Sky, and then I have my tattoo. So I love this illustrator, and I basically just pick up books that they illustrate covers for now. Even like sometimes they just do the lettering and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. But this is a novel in verse and it's YA, so like, and it's short. I'm out of breath from running up the stairs. I just want a nap. But I need to work. We can do this. If I work today, I can have tomorrow off, which not really, because I need things done. Like I'm at that point where like I'm at deadline, like people need shit, so like I can't slack anymore. This is what I get for being lazy. Let's go.
Mine every Sunday, like it just gets me in a routine.
Why am I not surprised Molly is in? Because Molly is everywhere.
I can't help it, I'm just so popular.
That's so mean of me laughing. I'm not laughing at your popularity, Molly. Oh, wrong way.
If you look at my tabs,
I had to go watch this live. So Jade from JD Ray Reads did a spontaneous live reading thing. My hair is like doing something today. I don't know, it just feels really anyway, so she started it during I'm a Celebrity, which Molly's sprints on Sundays are also during I'm a Celebrity, which is just unacceptable. But anyway, I jumped in Jade's sprint for the last sort of hour and a half, and I read maybe 100 pages of Dash and Lily. I have about 100 left until I finish it, so it's literally 9 minutes to midnight, so I'm not going to finish it today, but I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I'm hopefully going to read What Goes Up. I think that's what I want to go with rather than one of my pre-existing novels in verse, because new books, shiny, always love. I'm gonna turn my laptop off. I'm gonna like get into bed like properly, and I'm gonna read. I think I might read a little bit more of Dash and Lily, but I'm definitely gonna read more of Eve Brown, sorry. I'm getting the Brown sisters mixed up. I'm also really tired because, as I said earlier, I was up until 3 AM playing Among Us, and I'm feeling it now. I'm also starting to get really sore, like you can't even, like literally, it looks like there's like nothing wrong apart from this receding bruise, like. Anyway, I'm getting up early tomorrow because I need to do some deliveries and I need to do work. But most importantly, I mean work is most important because people pay me to do this stuff. Oh, did I show you what I got? Do you see this on my wall? Focus on the gorgeous flowers. There we go. Look at those. I'm probably covering my microphone, I'm sorry. Is that not just the most stunning thing you have ever seen in your life? I was never a floral person, like ever. Okay, the camera, I know I point out that my hair is going a bit funny and that's beautiful and I'm but like, I'm the priority. I feel like Noel Fielding for some reason. I just feel like my hair is on a crazy vampire zone. A girl that I went to a workshop taster week thing at a drama school a few years ago, she started making these and I was like, I need it. I was never a floral person, like just didn't like floral patterns, wasn't really interested in flowers. Obsessed. Like I have a lot of floral patterned things now, but like this is just the most beautiful thing. Anyway, this is not me getting any reading done. I have finished 1 book in 2 days, but we're all set up for like, oh, that's what I could, if I could find my phone, I could listen to the June Boys, which I'll admit, I've been kind of, well, it's one of those situations where like I'm just not tuning into audiobooks, so I'm kind of like only picking up little bits, and I just feel like this is a book that I would probably love physically. So I'm just gonna listen to it, background noise, and count it, and then I might read it again. Let's go. Hello. It is 3:30 in the morning. You will notice that I've actually finally changed clothes. I was wearing that Iron Brew t-shirt for like 2 days because I made it and I was testing it because I had issues with wow, what an angle. I had issues with previous ones that I made and I wasn't sure if it was how I washed them or the printer or so I was like, right, I'm gonna test out this t-shirt, and I was literally planning to wash it today, well, in the morning, see how it holds up, and then I wake up at 3 in the morning with a massive nosebleed, and I was like, cool. Managed to miss the duvet, but I definitely got my shirt covered. My hand, it looked like a murder scene. It's not how I wanted to spend my 3:30 AM. I was just sound asleep. So now I'm in that weird limbo of like I'm awake but I'm asleep, but I'm tired but I'm not. I'm hungry. Part of me wants to crack open an Iron Brew and read just to try and get more reading done, but I'm probably gonna sleep. I might read for like 5-10 minutes. Hello. So first things first, my shirt has mostly washed out pretty well. Like, you can't actually see it on camera, but there is like a couple little stains still that will come out in another wash. The transfer is stuck, so I don't know what I was gonna do. I was gonna be like thriving, that's it. So I went and done some, I really need to take a class in vlogging. I'm just lazy. So today I was delivering some things for work and we stopped off at a craft fair within our local authority and tier level. It was all above board for COVID because I just know there's gonna be people who make a comment. And there was an Usborne Books woman there, and I went a little bit excited. I picked up Slay by Kim Curran because I saw it and I was like, oh, I've heard about this, so I felt like I needed it. I'm pretty sure that I think I might have mixed this up for a different book, not gonna lie. Is there a different book called Slay? Hold on. I've typed in Slay. Okay, I'm a tit. So I got really excited and thought this was like a different cover for Slay by Brittany Morris, and it's not. It's about like every fangirl's daydream is about to become Millie's nightmare. When Millie arrives home to discover that her mum has been taken over by something very evil, she finds herself in mortal danger. But the last people she expects to rescue her are the boys in the hottest band on the planet. Enter Slay, playing killer gigs and slaying killer demons. Suddenly Millie's on the road with JD, Tom, Niv, Zek and Connor, helping save the world one gig at a time. This is why I need to double check things. So I just bought a book at full price thinking it was a different book. So this is probably going to end up on Depop. Actually, I could cheat and return it to Marshalls and swap it for something else. Okay, so we're going to ignore that. Then I picked up Birthday by Meredith Russo. I know this is a book that's kind of been, I feel like it's one that people have been disappointed with. It's like a Marmite book. I'm not 100% sure, I can't really remember much, but it had gorgeous spread edges. But this is one of those books where it's like, I'm pretty sure it's just these two people who are born on the same day at the same time in the same place. And I'm pretty sure that we're just like following them on that one day. So like, I think we like jump years or something. I don't, yeah, like 13th birthday and yeah, I don't know, okay? But I just really like books that, there was a book I read recently called, what was it called? Ugh, I'm not winning. I'm not winning. I could just walk over to my bookshelf and try and look for it, but like that's more effort than I want to put into this. I can't even remember the author's name. That's how bad. 4 Days of You and Me by Miranda Kennelly. So in that, it's where like each year group of the high school takes a field trip, so it's like that field trip every year. So like obviously this is like on the birthday every year, or maybe just over 2 years, I don't even know. But I just like books like that, and I like books that also, this is nothing to do with birthday, but it's the same kind of idea that I also really like books that are like an if-then situation. So like what, you know, maybe you see the same day, but if like one decision had been changed and stuff. So I don't know, I just really like the bright edges, and like it's very, I know it's meant to be a birthday candle, but like that on your bookshelf is just screaming gay, and I love it. Then I saw Hideous Beauty by William Hussey, which I just love this cover. Like, it's dark and you got this house. Imagine a world where being gay was illegal. Next from William Hussey. Next from this author, coming 2021. Imagine a world where being gay was illegal. I don't think somebody has done a lot of history. I know Robbie has a copy of this. I don't know if he's read it, but it just seems like dark shit. It's set in a town called Ferryvale, so I'm totally taking that as like, it's F-E-R-R-I, which is the first couple letters like of my surname. Like, I'm Ferrier, and it's Ferryvale, so if I had a town, that's probably what it'd be called. I'm really sleep deprived. So there's an accident and shit, and I think it's gay, and I'm excited. If Robbie hasn't read this, maybe we should buddy read it, because Robbie and I haven't buddy read a book yet, and that's not okay. Then I picked up The Battle for Perfect and The Trouble with Perfect by Helena Duggan, which I believe is book 2 and 3 of A Place Called Perfect. I listened to A Place Called Perfect on audiobook and really liked it, and I'm obsessed with these covers. I'm so mad because I was gonna get a deal if I got like all 3 books, but she had just sold the first one. So bless her, she did give me like a 3-book deal, even though I didn't have the series. So I'm not sure which one is which. I think it's this one, because this one only has the first book on the back, but this one has the other one as well. I can't really remember what happened in that book, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I don't absorb audiobooks quite as well, but nevertheless, that was complicated. Can never have too much middle grade, so. And then as I was buying those, my mum was mad at me for getting 5 books, I saw this, The Garden of Lost Secrets by A.M. Howell, and as you can see it looks quite like Victorian, and then the back says October 1916, and I was like, October. I'm an October baby, anything to do with October, love. Clara has been sent to stay with her aunt and uncle while England is at war, but when she reaches their cottage on an enormous country estate, Clara is plunged into a tangle of secrets. A dark locked room, a scheming thief, a mysterious boy who only appears at night. Clara has a secret of her own too, a terrible one about her brother fighting in the war, and the secrets turn to as the secrets turn to danger, Clara must find the courage to save herself and those around her. So I'm getting like Secret Garden vibes. I mean, it's literally called The Garden of Lost Secrets, so like secret garden secrets. So I have a feeling it's possibly like somewhat, we have a little map. So there's probably some sort of like inspiration going on there, I don't know, but I just think it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be fast paced, and I need to read, because I have to read 20 books by the end of the year, which I swear to God, if I go through this whole vlog and it is literally just me like this. Listen, I've been out of it for a while and I'm sleep deprived and I'm ill and I'm injured and I'm gonna go read now. So I got to take part in Molly's first and last sprint on her live this evening because I watched I'm a Celebrity. But I finished Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, 4 stars because I saved 5 for very, very special. But I have just ordered the spin-offs, which I knew 12 Days of Dash and Lily existed, but I didn't know Mind the Gap Dash and Lily existed. But I've ordered both because I'm in that sort of mood. I was at my mum's today and I brought a bunch of books, like short ones and ones that just are calling me, because apparently I don't have enough choice. So I have this quick read, The Other Side of You by Amanda Craig, which I thought I'd read, but it's not on Goodreads as having been read, so I must have just like forgot about it. So it's like 100 pages, so I might pick this up tonight and start it. I'm not sure. Obviously Eve Brown will get read at some point. I want to read this, but I want to read it in one go, and I don't know if I have the energy to do that tonight. I've taken this jacket off because I want to start reading this. I have S.A.M. edited by Lizzie Huxley Jones, Autism Anthology. Forgot I had it when I was like talking about the short books that I have and stuff. So I think this is like a bunch of, I don't know how many, but there's a bunch of autistic writers and just autistic people who have written stories. So if I can try and read like one a day, maybe a couple a week, then that'll be great. Good morning. It is Monday, the 23rd of November, which means it is Hector's gotcha day. We picked Hector up a year ago today, and I cannot believe we've had him a year. That was so like, Also, I was gonna say I promise that I'm not always in my bed, but like, I am. I have my iPad. I'm gonna throw on my audiobook of the June Boys, and I'm gonna get some illustrations done. And then I'm gonna read. Check in with you later. So I finished a piece, and I did a little bit of another piece, and then I was like, I want a break. And then the mail came, and look! So Boston from, oh my gosh, right, she's Boston's Books on Twitter, but is it Boston Reads Book? Wow, you all know who Boston is. Well, Boston has been making these gorgeous Animal Crossing embroideries, and I kept saying, do Poppy, Poppy's my favourite, I love Poppy, give me Poppy. And like a few weeks ago, maybe like a week ago, what is time, Boston messaged me saying, I've done Poppy, you get first dibs, and she just came and I love her. Look at her. So thank you so much, Boston. This is like made my day. So I think I might actually play some Animal Crossing now, because I haven't played in a few weeks, and I'm always slightly terrified that Poppy's gonna up and disappear from my island. We can't have that, so I'm gonna put my audiobook on, check in with my island, and then I'm gonna read. I'm for sure going to read What Goes Up. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna read this today. So I have done minimal reading in the last few hours. What have I actually done? What time is it? It's now 3 o'clock, so in the last 3 hours, what have I actually done? I had lunch, watched some Tracy Beaker, I read like half of the first story in here. I genuinely don't know what I did for like 2 hours. I'm guessing I just sat here scrolling my phone. Oh, you know what it was? I was on Sparkle for a while. So I finished What Goes Up. I'm sure that's what it's called. I had to laugh because in the acknowledgements the author has written to the person who done the book cover, she's like, oh, I want to have you tattooed all over my body, and I'm just like, I already did that. I gave the book 3 stars. I was a little confused as to like what was going on. Like, it's a very, very short novel in verse. Like most novels in verse, I was gonna say novels in verses, but most novels in verse end up being like 400 pages long. Like, they tend to be slightly longer than the average book length of like 300, 350 pages, because obviously they have much less text per page. But this was about 150 pages, so you're talking maybe like a 50-page novella, even a novelette even at this point. So it's a very, very, very short book, and therefore you cannot fit very much into it. And while I understood the gist of what was going on, we were essentially just hearing a story. It was basically this girl being like, well, this is what happened, and here's a little bit of context and backstory. You know, like somebody's like, a friend like called you after a night out to talk about something. So there wasn't much substance, but I didn't mind it. The gist of it is I read the book and I gave it 3 stars. I still really liked it. I didn't absolutely love it, and the reason it didn't get 4 stars is because I am still kind of confused. Like, I don't really, all I know is this girl collects mushrooms and her dad was like cheating on her mum, and then she like breaks up with a boyfriend but then kisses someone else. I was a little confused. But then that could just be the brain fog, the fatigue, and the reflexology relaxation. So now we are moving on to, I mean, it's midnight now. It's 20 past 12 in the morning, so like really it should be bed. But I'm gonna start The Adventures and the Cursed Castle by Gemma Hart next. It's not even 200 pages long. This is going to be one of those like short chapter quick read books, which I don't understand. I don't know if it's because you feel like you're making more progress. I don't know. I'm not even getting into it because this vlog clip's long enough. So we're going to read that. Hopefully get that done over today and tomorrow, as well as read this tomorrow. I'm going to finish that story that I was reading in here tonight, because I like to finish this week. I don't really want to carry books over in vlogs unless it's like the end of the week. But this has quite a few like little stories in it, so I'm not sure. This might be one that I just dive into every now and then. I also think I said it's all like non-fiction and autistic people talking about their experience, but like it's not. It's very much just like autistic creatives writing or even drawing like what they want. So some of it's like fiction, there probably is non-fiction. I don't know. I'll update you as and when I read. And we're gonna read some Eve Brown because I need to do that. Tomorrow we're gonna get work done and then we're gonna read all day. So today has been a bit of a write-off, and by a bit of a write-off I mean a complete write-off, because I woke up, had breakfast, was feeling absolutely horrific. I think it was just like some sort of migraine, I don't know. So I didn't get up until like 5. Laid around, had dinner at like 6, 7, watched the Bake Off final, watched Celeb, and now I'm sitting up here knackered. It's like 11:15 and I am so tired despite having slept all day, just because I've been like miserable. So I've got like no reading done. I still have like an hour and a half of the June Boys to listen to. I'm probably going to read some more of The Adventures tonight, although I'm weary of it. I've read like 8 pages, but I've discovered that it's like a self-published book. It's one of those situations where the author like pays to have it published, but the start of it is just very yikes. Like, it's one of those where obviously the author just wants to write about the main plot, but she needs to start it out to get the main plot. So basically the plot of this is this girl and her cousin end up going to some relative they've never met's house, and there's some mystery or whatever, and instead of like setting it up with like the kid showing up at the relative's house and being like, oh, mum had to go and work, blah blah blah, and my cousin's here too, it's this whole like setup of the mum, like she comes from school and suddenly her mum's like, oh, I have to go and work in Egypt or whatever. You know, it's just very like blunt and unrealistic, and you can just tell the author's not interested. They want to get to like their main idea. So I do think it is just going to be this beginning that's a bit dull, but otherwise it's a pretty quick read. I know I've only read 8 pages, but like still it's fairly short chapters. It's like, I think I already said this in a previous clip, but it's like not even 200 pages and there's like 30 chapters, so it should be a quick read. I'm probably not going to touch any of S.A.M tonight because my brain just can't handle that type of content, and by that type of content I mean like the more literary type. I'd hoped to read The Other Side of You today, which I discovered I had actually started reading because I had my receipt in at a certain point, so I'd read like 10 pages and gave up back whenever I bought this. Let me find out, when did I buy this? Oh, it's when I brought Truly Devious and Invisible Woman, so it must have only been like last year. April 2019. There you go. I definitely thought I had this a lot longer than I did. So yeah, I haven't got any reading done, which is annoying, because Goodreads, whenever I like mark a book as having read it, now I've only read like 1 or 2, but I'm like, read, and it's like, you're still 18 books behind schedule, and I'm just like, how? So that's fun. I love how I thought a reading vlog would stop me just having basic clips of me talking, and I've literally not moved from my bed in these video clips. Like, I hope it's entertaining. Hello, I am up today. It doesn't look like it, but I've actually put clothes on. And first things first is I'm going to do some work. and then I'm going to tidy because I have a pile of clothes, a Cheshire cat, Christmas stuff, laundry. I just have so much stuff that I need to tidy, and then I'm going to read. I finished the June Boys. I'm going to start The Island by C.L. Taylor on an audiobook, and I'm going to read a shit ton of Eve Brown today. That is the plan, as well as that short novella. And then I should be at this week's goal. I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. So I need to charge my camera, so I'm okay. This is why I don't tidy. So I picked up all my crap. This is me procrastinating from getting work done, but you know, procrastinating by doing something else I need to do is fine. But I got the hoover out, I was hoovering. The rats usually don't really care, but Betty started running about like riot, and I was like, what is your problem? So I stopped and I was like unclogging, emptying the hoover, and she still starts running about like mad, and then there's an almighty bang, and this door opens and she starts running about the floor, and I'm like, fuck, my floor is not rat proof. Shut my door because my door was open because of the hoover. And now she's under my bed, which there's really not much space. Like, I can't fit through there. I also have, when I got my new carpet, the wardrobes are quite wide. And the guys were like, oh, we'll give you, because we gave them the measurements to include the wardrobe. It was like, I'll leave the extra, so like whenever you have the wardrobes cleared out, you can carpet them. So we have rolled up carpet under my bed that she is almost certainly snuggled into. This is not how I wanted to spend my day. Like, I can't do anything because I need to keep an eye on her, and so far all I know is she's under the bed, and it's not like I can easily pull things out because my desk is at that end of the bed. And I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, and she's just like, I'm working, and didn't want to listen. I'm like, but I need help. So that's my life. I mean, to be fair, they only ever want to eat in their cage, so like I know she's gonna like go back. Usually like they have like got out a couple times, and they usually just like chill behind the cage, so I'm gonna give her like half an hour before I start being like, right, fucking get out. So we just gotta hope my gran doesn't make an appearance and I've got to be like, the rat's under this bed. So at least I can probably get a good chunk of my audiobook done, but I probably can't get any work done because my cutting machine's quite loud. First of all, I caught the rat. Second, I'm only just starting to get work done. A third, another day, another fucking Twitter drama. Jesus Christ. I just can't with people. Everyone's coming at it, and this one guy is literally sitting there and he's like, well, just because she worded it wrong doesn't mean that you have to like hold her accountable. And I'm like, I'm autistic. The amount of times I have said something on Twitter that the neurotypicals have taken the wrong way and forced me to be like, yes, that's exactly what I meant and I'm sorry, I've learnt better, instead of accepting that it was a mistake, is obscene. So for you to then sit there and tell me that I have just to ignore what this neurotypical has said because they didn't mean it is fucking hypocritical, and I can't actually deal with it. So yeah, that's how life's going, but I'm getting work done and I'm gonna read, and Twitter, please change because I hate you. So it's almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was gonna say I've not done any reading today, but I have listened to The Island. I've listened to 17.5% of The Island by C.L. Taylor. Still not really sure what's going on. I think this is the new thing. I think I'm just in a non-audiobook mode at the minute. This is not going, oh, it's in front of me. I'm doing well. I'm gonna read some of Eve Brown before I'm a celebrity. I'm really cold today, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like being too hot, but like being cold's not fun either. So yeah, I'm gonna read Eve Brown because I need to read it. I've had it for so long. The publisher's gonna be like, why did we send it to you? Like, you don't even read it. And it's like, I know it's small and I'm trying, okay, I'm trying. So it's now 5 minutes to midnight, meaning I've done fuck all in terms of reading today, which is, it's not great. I'm on 83 books, so 111 take away 83. That's 28 books. Divide that by 5 weeks. is 5.6 books a week. So, I mean, it's not ridiculously off track, and technically I still have tomorrow. So if I could finish these two and the audiobook, that would be amazing. Oh, and Eve Brown. I don't think I'm gonna finish Eve Brown. Eve Brown's taking its sweet time. I can only take so much of it at once. I mean, right, I know these flowers are beautiful, but look at this. Let's just focus on this egghead. There's times where I want to shave my head just for like easiness. I do have an undercut that grows out way too fast, but then I see myself at like this angle and I'm like, maybe not, because like I don't really have a chin. This is a point of conversation between me and my friends, but like it just goes down. It's a bit it's interesting. So like I kind of need hair to frame my face. I mean, I don't need to, let's, you know, but I prefer my face with my hair down, but I don't have the energy to do my hair every day, so most of the time it stays up, so like it doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm not looking forward to editing this vlog because it's literally just me sitting doing fuck all. Like I said, I didn't want to do a vlog. I will admit, I think it's held me a little bit more accountable for reading, but as the week's gone on, I've been like, fuck that. So, oh, that vocal fry's coming. Like, we're going American now. Ugh. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Stop it. Oh, I need a drink. I don't even know what this is. Alska, blood orange and black currant, vegan friendly premium cider. Listen, I'm not a big drinker, but I have drunk a lot this year. I just turned that off and then remembered what I actually wanted to vlog about, and it was not trying to get me to go and focus. I remember when I said I was going to read What Goes Up, and I was like, I'm going to read it, I'm going to do it. It made me do it. So, tonight's plan. It's midnight and I'm quite tired. I'm not even on page 20 of this book. I'm going to get to page 50 of this. The plan tomorrow is to read this and get to 25% of Eve Brown. I'm at like 19% just now, but I swear to God, it takes so long to get through ebooks. I think it's because the screen's smaller and I have the text quite big, so I'm tapping like non-stop, but I maybe won't, like, it might take me like 10 taps to get through like a page, so it feels like I'm reading loads, and then it's like, nah. What I really wanted to come here was, it wasn't to be like, oh, I'm gonna read this because it'll hold me accountable, because that's just bullshit. I came here to say that it is almost midnight and Robbie told me that a video would be up today that I really want to see. I sent him like a mystery chaos box for his birthday that was not as chaotic as I would have liked because I'm poor at the minute, but he finally got it and he loved it and he's opened it and he unboxed it, and I'm like, I need to see you unboxing this, and he's like, I'll be up tomorrow. It's nearly 2 days later. I mean, unless that was like this morning, like we've established that I do not understand time. I think I would have thrived in the days before time, because I'm pretty sure they would have just been like, yeah, I'll catch you when I see you. Like, they all lived so close together, like no one was like making plans to like travel an hour to see each other, do you know what I mean? Like, you just hung out with the people that you knew. So let me see, video will be up and edited tomorrow. That was literally 24 hours ago. Hello Robbie, my friend. I am currently vlogging while I send you this voice note because I know you enjoyed that when I did it the last time. I have an issue to raise with you, and that is the fact that you said 24 hours and 9 minutes ago that the video would be edited and up tomorrow, meaning not even today, yesterday, because it is now midnight. So where is this video? Like, I've been waiting all day. Like, I've done nothing all day. No, I'm kidding. You know I've done stuff today. I've voice noted you. So yeah, no excuses. Where's my video? Just because my box took forever to arrive. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish. Oh, my pop socket. I'm gonna go and finish this vlog clip because the people need to listen to me talk more in my pajamas while sat in bed. That's it. That's the vlog clip. I swear these angles, one of these days, one day, these are gonna come back to haunt me. So I'm fed up showing you my face, so I'm just gonna talk while Brew figures out what the fuck she's doing, because she's never really been on top of the duvet. She's always underneath, so she's like, how do I get where I want to be? The gist of this clip is basically non-existent. There's no point to what I'm filming. I just wanted some non-my face content, so the rat was out and running, so it seemed like a good time. Tico. Cool. Okay, she's away. Never mind. So it's 1:20. I'm tired. Uh-oh, I'm on manual focus. We don't want that. I'm disappointed today because I got a text yesterday from Royal Mail being like, your parcel from your chosen retailer will be arriving, and I thought it was arriving today, but it's arriving tomorrow. So I'm like, I don't know what it is. This is the thing. I don't know what it is. Basically read nothing last night. I read a little bit more of The Cursed Castle. I got to page 30 instead of page 50, but like, I was tired. I'm still tired. Actually, I can't nap either because I'm waiting on someone picking something up. Molly's doing reading sprints tonight, so fingers crossed I get a good chunk of reading done. But I've done like work for the day. I'm essentially like caught up with work. I mean, not really, I could be more caught up, but like I'm not at that stressing stage. So I'm determined to just read. I want to get to page 100. That is the goal. I might take a break at some point soon and have some lunch, and by lunch I mean watch Tracy Beaker and eat Pringles and try and not nap. Oh, I also at some point this weekend, I know it's only Thursday, but at some point I need to note shit down because I have my rheumatology appointment on Monday, but that's next week's vlog. I'm still confused about what's going on with these vlogs. Everything in me is like, just scrap this first one, it's abysmal, and I'm like, no, we're gonna post it and then we're just gonna make next week's vlog better. Anyway, reading time.
I think you should read and watch Frozen too.
Well.
Say hi to my vlog so they don't have to see my face in the next one. Hi, Emma's vlog. Hi. My vlog.
Hello.
That's so cute. I want to watch Frozen 2. Don't need to see Frozen 2.
It is 11:15 at night. Week 1 is almost officially over. I just did some sprints with Molly. Molly and Jade were doing sprints on Molly's channel. So I ended up, I got like 16 pages into The Other Side of You. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Not really vibing. So I picked up Queens of Geek and I got 45 pages done in half an hour. I'm really enjoying it. I've just done my math. I have read 84 books now. I'm 16 books behind schedule, so we are catching up. However, this means I now have 27 books to read till the end of the year, and that divided by 5 for the 5 weeks is 5.4, so we've gone up. So we're almost at needing to read 6 books in a week. So obviously this week's goal, I will talk about it more. Obviously I'll talk about what I'm planning to read, but this week I read, what did I actually read? I don't know. Hold on, this is not the most coherent vlog. I promise I'm gonna work on it for next week. So I read 5 books, which I think I said I would be happy with. I did say if I read the 5 physical books, but then I ended up reading 2 audiobooks and then that 1 poetry book that arrived. So the books that obviously I didn't get to physically, like Queens of Geek, I think they're actually all here, Gloomtown and The Vanishing Stair, are obviously going to move forward, and I think I'm going to kind of push it this week. I'm going for lunch I think with a friend tomorrow, and I do have a hospital appointment on Monday, just like an assessment thing for chronic illness. We love that. But I think I'm going to try and push myself. I think we're going to go for the 5 physical books. I'm going to finish Eve Brown. That is the mission. Also, just found out that Talia Hibbert is actually autistic. Because I remember getting approved for the ARC and somebody was like, oh, let me know what you think of the rep, because she's written books about like other things that she isn't like experienced in. And I was like, oh, so like, because in the first book in Chloe Brown, Chloe has fibromyalgia, which it turns out Talia Hibbert also has. So somebody told me that Talia Hibbert wrote about like disability and all this with like no actual experience of it when it's completely own voices. So don't know who said that, but anyway, not that I wasn't enjoying the rep. I definitely was like reading it and thinking this is very good for non-own voices, but yeah, I guess this is going to be the end of the vlog. I think the best book I read, oh, it's probably Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. It was just such a fun contemporary, and it was the contemporary I used to love when I read contemporary, and then contemporary became all about, I know Dash and Lily was romance, but it had substance and plot, where, well, some people would argue it didn't have a plot, but it was fun. So yeah, like, I think that was my favourite, and I think my least favourite was probably A Girl Made of Air, which is not what you'd expect. You think I'd love a circus book, but I just didn't vibe with it. So yeah, 5 books, kind of on schedule, but kind of behind. We're like really on the fence, but we're gonna power through. So I'm gonna edit this vlog. I mean, I'm not, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna pee actually, I really need to pee. But I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna read, and I really wanna start the next vlog, but no. Do it tomorrow. But yeah. Oh, also, Jade from JD Reads has sent me a link to this forest app that won't focus because it's so bright. There we go. It's this forest app that you use for focusing. It costs $1.99, but you essentially set a timer and it grows a tree, and if you leave the app, your tree dies, and I just think that's going to be very handy for me for both reading and working and just generally not playing Among Us. So let's see if having this app helps me. I need to figure out how to get our extra coins. I have to put a code in somewhere. I don't really know what's going on. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of this vlog, wow, you are just, you're probably Robbie. And I don't know who else cares about me enough to actually watch this whole thing, so thank you, Robbie, and possibly someone else, maybe. And I promise that next week's vlog is gonna be better. I mean, it's really not, but we can pretend.